Good afternoon and welcome to News Update. I am Udrakobong Achibong. 4th of February is observed annually as World Cancer Day. The aim is to raise awareness of cancer and reduce the stigma which surrounds a disease that is the second leading cause of deaths globally. This International Day is a global event meant to encourage the prevention of cancer early as possible. World Cancer Day was established on 4th of February 2020 in Paris at the World Cancer Summit Against Cancer for the New Millennium. The observance of the World Cancer Day also seeks to reduce the global impact of cancer and also provide support for cancer patients and survivors through catalyzing personal, collective, and government action. It targets misinformation and stigmatization of patients. The most common types of cancer are breast, prostate, cervical, lung, and leukemia. This year's theme, like the previous 2 years, is I am and I will. Still on cancer, advocacy, sensitization, and population-based cancer initiative are some of the ways to saving millions from contracting deaths caused by cancer. Guests on this Meet We Connect brought this to the fore as World Cancer Day is being marked today. Ifoma Okafo has details.
In 2018 alone, from available statistics, there were about 116,000 new cases of cancer in Nigeria, with over 70,000 deaths. Cancer, according to medical experts, is a leading cause of death worldwide. Frontliners are suggesting early screening and detection to reduce incidences of cancer.
You can look at it in terms of the decisions we make as persons, our behaviors. Some of these things can also increase our risk of cancer. If you take a lot of alcohol, if you smoke, if you eat the wrong diet that is not rich in vegetables and fruits, and then also if you're not physically active or you're a bit on the heavy side, if you're obese, these are things that can increase your risk of developing cancers.
Because one, their immune system is already it's a bit compromised because of the burden of the disease itself. We ensure that strict COVID guidelines are followed.
They believe the issue of cancer is underreported and suggested for increased sensitization and more funding so that cancer patients can have easy access to quality care.
Drugs, special drugs, we call it chemotherapy, to try to destroy the cancer cells. And then we also have radiation therapy or radiotherapy. They're not cheap. They run into the hundreds of thousands and millions of naira in Nigeria. Some chemotherapeutic agents could cost you up to 5 to 10 million naira to complete your treatment. Surgeries could be multiple surgeries and running into hundreds of thousands in public hospitals. If you were to receive care in private hospitals, the cost will be much more. But generally, all over the world, cancer treatment is expensive and it spans over a period of time, and then follow up if it comes up to catch it early and send it away is also expensive. So the focus is on prevention.
The World Cancer Day comes up every 4th of February, and the theme for this year's celebration is I am and I will. In Benin, Ifoma Okafo, NTA News.
And now to COVID-19 update. Nigeria has recorded 1,238 new cases of COVID-19 as released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Wednesday, February 3, 2021. According to the latest figures by NCDC, the total number of confirmed cases of the infection in the country now stands at 134,690. 108,657 patients have been discharged, while 1,618 deaths have been recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The 1,138 new cases are reported from 20 states and the FCT. Lagos 377, FCT 172, Plateau 86, Kano 84, Edo 60, Osun 47, Nasarawa 41, Imo 40, Rivers 36, Niger 32, Oyo 30, Borno 29, Kaduna 27, Delta 18, Kwara 17. Others are Cross River 9, Ekiti 8, Bauchi and Ogun 7 cases each, Sokoto 6, and Bayelsa 3 cases. Away from COVID-19, Edo State government has formally handed over the newly constructed High Court complex to the judiciary for use. Governor Godwin Obaseki met the presentation this Wednesday in Benin City. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
Governor Obaseki in 2018 unveiled plans to reposition the judiciary to make it a hub in the South-South region. 3 years down the line, the governor is handing this ultra-modern High Court building to the lawyers in fulfillment of one of his desires of making the system formidable.
The preservation and sustenance of justice in service of God, humanity, and the people of Edo State. Congratulations.
Governor Obaseki, while lamenting the level of decay in magistrate courts in the 18 local government councils, is promising to replicate the ultra-modern building in Edo Central and Edo North senatorial districts.
In some communities that were being called magistrate courts were very, very disappointing and sad structures. I mean, you could not, in any seriousness, call those buildings court premises. So I hope that working with the judiciary, we will have a Marshall Plan to reposition the magistracy in Edo State.
The governor is assuring the members of the judiciary of better remuneration.
And with the support we're getting from you, establishing revenue courts, in retooling our revenue collection system, we will expand and increase significantly IGR in Edo State. And once we do that, we'll be able to put some more money into the judiciary and other institutions of state.
Chief Judge of the State, Justice Esther Edigi, commended the governor for the infrastructural developments.
This edifice, and indeed the entire Edo State High Court complex, has now been connected to the Osiomo power grid with uninterrupted power supply.
The ultra-modern High Court complex has 12 court rooms and offices. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
And talking education, Governor Godwin Obaseki says his decision to return Edo to its pride of place as the hub of quality education in Nigeria, in line with the mega mantra of his administration, remains total and unwavering. Governor Obaseki made this known after inspecting the Technology Training Institute for Teachers and the Edo State College of Education, Abudu campus, all in Oriomong Local Government Council, alongside PDP faithful. Elizabeth Omoko again has details.
The Technology Training Institute for Teachers, still under construction, is a project aimed at equipping the Edo child with relevant technological skills at an early age. It is in collaboration with the Edo State Government, the Universal Basic Education Commission, and the Government of Korea. At the Abudu campus of the Edo State College of Education, now nearing completion, Governor Obaseki says the project will be delivered in coming months.
We're expecting that this school will, the entire school and this campus will open to students before July this year. You see, it's almost ready for occupation. We're just finalizing the faculty. The accreditation team has been here, and I'm quite impressed with the quality and pace of work.
PDP leaders on the entourage applauded government for the project, despite the wake of the novel coronavirus pandemic, which has disrupted the revenue sources of governments.
What you have seen here, I can tell you, if the government continues to deliver on its promises, there will be no criticism anywhere in Edo State.
One would have thought that with the effects of the coronavirus, there won't be finances to do some of these things. We are pleased.
The governor, who is visibly elated with the level of work done so far, believes that putting education in the right pedestal in Edo is unwavering. In Benin, Elizabeth Amako, NTA News.
Meanwhile, a director of international linkages and exchanges of Edo University, Iyamu, Dr. Balogun Vincent, spoke on sustainable teaching and learning practices in Nigeria tertiary institutions amidst COVID-19. This was during our 7 p.m. main bulletin of Wednesday, 3rd of February 2021. Here is the essence.
The Nigerian universities or tertiary institutions over-depending on paper qualifications. So they are not bringing in industrial collaborators into the classes. We also have infrastructural decay. That's a very big problem in most of the institutions. They have to build their infrastructure. Information communication technology is the key. They have to build that structure. We are aware also that there are some staff or lecturers that are resistant to change. That's a big thing to break. We need to break that among our universities. People should be willing to learn, willingness to learn new things and accommodate new things wherever they go.
Dr. Balogun Vincent there speaking on sustainable teaching and learning in Nigeria tertiary institutions amidst COVID-19. And moving on now, you can subscribe and watch news stories and other programs on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. Like us on Facebook, NTA Benin, or follow us on our Twitter handle at NTA Benin1. We now take a break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned.
What are they still doing there?
Sir, are they...
Daddy! You?
Really? Let me see. Wow! I want her to study in Canada or United Kingdom, where she will have quality and uninterrupted education with a post-study work visa.
I know one correct place where go befit small madam.
Are you sure they are reliable?
They be professionals with over 12 years experience.
Then take me there.
Welcome to Edo Abroad Educational Services Limited. We provide high-quality educational counseling and visa services. We process admission for undergraduate, masters, or PhD candidates to UK, Canada, Australia, Turkey, Ireland, and over 72 countries. We are offering free application fee to all students that just graduated from secondary schools and universities. Visit us today and apply at Shop 35 Edo Shopping Plaza, 27 Airport Road, opposite Observer, Benin City, or 133 Agbo Road by Agbo Park, Benin City. Telephone 08037353156
09081651871.
Edo Abroad, your gateway to abroad.
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, two things will excite you: the want and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities. Fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Uhenuyi Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is gold.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Edo North PDP Elders Council has been inaugurated with a mandate to unite the senatorial district for further elections in the state. The Elders Council meeting, which was held in Benin City, attracted PDP leaders and chieftains from the senatorial district. Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu was represented at the event. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
The Edo North PDP Elders Council, established in 1998, was created to bring together all PDP members in Edo North Senatorial District to achieve a common goal, as well as formulate advice for the overall well-being of the people. Chairman, Edo North PDP Elders Council and representative of the Deputy Governor, Chief Mike Ogiadome, says with the inauguration, the party in Edo North Senatorial District will now be harmonized for a formidable force in subsequent elections. He is promising the council's commitment to moving Edo North PDP to the next level.
An Elders Council is a repository of knowledge, of experience. So why don't we go back to what our founding fathers, the wisdom of our founding fathers and what they did at that time. Let us put back this council, particularly at this point in time, when in the history of our party, we are having an amalgamation of two big parties. And the issue of dichotomy continue to plague us.
Some of the council members in their contributions commended the Edo North PDP Elders Council for its foresight in ensuring that PDP Edo North moves to greater heights.
Edo North leaders for taking the initiative to inaugurate the council. The council is not in competition with any established structure of the party. It is our duty as members of Elders Council to continue to do what is right and what is good.
Other members of council include Sonny Okomae, vice chairman, as well as Johnson Abolagba as secretary. The council, however, passed a vote of confidence in Governor Gordon Obaseki and his deputy Philip Shaibu's administration. A 7-man subcommittee of Edo North PDP Elders Council, led by Senator Yisa Brema, was also inaugurated with a minute's silence observed in honor of the former Minister of Communication, late Prince Tony Momo, who died a few days ago. In Benin, Elizabeth Omako, NTA News.
Now, Justice Corrito Bebo of the High Court, Benin, has adjourned the case of encroachment between NTA and Osadolo, also known as Afro, for definite hearing. This follows a plea by the defense, Etinosa, for adjournment as a result of ill health of the client. Paul Mukago has details.
Before adjourning the case to 16th March 2021, counsel to NTA, Dr. Obayuwana Osaige, argued that the case has been pending for 16 years and sees the excuse of the claimant's health challenge as flimsy. He opposed the application for adjournment but eventually came to a compromise with the defense counsel, who said information on his client's ill health got to him late, praying the court to adjourn for the very last time. Justice Corrito Bebo, having listened to both counsels, awarded 20,000 naira cost in favor of the prosecuting counsel, an amount she warned the claimant must pay within 7 days. The judge therefore adjourned for definite hearing for the last time by 10 a.m. on 16th March 2021. Counsel to NTA reacted this way.
At a point, the claimant had some issues with the law that landed him in prison custody. But all that is over now. The matter was adjourned on the basis of the undertaking by the counsel to the claimant that certainly they will ensure that the matter goes on that 16th. Otherwise, the court will be at liberty to dispense with the case by way of striking it out.
The case between NTA and Osadolo started way back in 2005. In Benin, Paul Mukago, NTA News.
Time for another break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned.
Coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, is an infectious disease that affects the respiratory system. Symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing problems. More rarely, the disease can be fatal, but that's mainly among older people with pre-existing conditions. The virus is transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplets from an infected person and by touching surfaces that are contaminated. People should maintain at least 3 feet of distance between themselves and people who are coughing, sneezing, and have a fever. To prevent the coronavirus infection, wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds using soap and running water or alcohol-based hand rub, sanitizer, or gel. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. You can also use your elbow when sneezing or use a tissue, then throw it in the bin immediately. Avoid crowded areas. Anybody who shows symptoms of coronavirus should visit the hospital immediately. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Benin Network Center.
Many thanks for staying tuned. The Edo State Police Command has recovered the body of the 63-year-old president of Fuga America Foundation, Chief Dennis Abuda, who was kidnapped on the 30th of January on his way to Lagos to board a flight to United States. The body was found in Forasina Hall village along the Benin bypass in Edo State. Chief Abuda was kidnapped alongside Chief David Ogerai, Dr. Richard Bologi, the driver of a Sienna car, and one Mrs. Comfort. Following the release of the others and continued detention of Chief Abuda, the Edo State Command, led by the Commissioner of Police, Philip Ogbadu, led a search party in the forest where his body was recovered and some suspects arrested. The remains, as at the time of this report, has been deposited in the mortuary for autopsy and further investigation. Governor Gordon Obaseki has condoled his Delta State counterpart and chairman Southside Governors Forum, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, over the death of his father, Chief Okorie Okowa. This was when he led a high-powered delegation from Government House and the People's Democratic Party to Asaba. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
Commiserating with Okowa's family, Governor Baseke described the octogenarian as a thoroughbred professional teacher that inculcated right moral values in his children, taking cognizance of the #1 citizen of the state, a senator who happens to be his son. He says, as brothers from the then Bender state, a loss for one is a loss for all. He wants the family to be thankful to God for the life their father lived.
The people and the government of Edo State are with you in this sad moment, and to pray that God Almighty will give you, the family and the people of Delta State, the strength to accept these sad times, and to also note that sad times don't last forever.
For the Delta State Governor, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, he is grateful to God, but wishes his father lived longer.
Your visit today has lightened the burden of our pain, and on behalf of my siblings and my immediate family, I want to truly appreciate this visit and to thank you and to thank your team and the people of Edo State for this condolence visit.
The late Chief Okorie Okowa died at the age of 88 in Benin. Elizabeth Omako, NTA News.
And now talking sports. As expectations are high in Benin towards the February 14 National Sports Festival in the state, Peter Oyibo brings us ambience of some of the mini stadia facilities in the state penciled down for the fiesta.
This Western Boys High School is where one of the mini stadium in Benin is located. It is one of the sports venue for the National Sports Festival. The construction of the mini stadium is part of the state government commitment in hosting the fiesta this February.
We are doing everything to observe COVID protocols so that we do not postpone the games again. We are very sure that the games will hold, and anything that will create a snag that will postpone it, we want to avoid it.
Also at the University of Benin Sports Complex, a similar facility will house some of the games.
Facilities we have here could be compared to any good facility anywhere in the world.
World-class facilities on ground, from the main boat, swimming pool, the gymnasium hall.
The sports festival was initially slated in March 2020, but had to be postponed to 2021 due to the spread of coronavirus pandemic. In Benin, Peter Oyibo, NTA News.
And that's it on News Update. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.